All right. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me with just a thumbs up.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Please thumbs up if you guys can hear me.
Yes, I'm getting you well.
Okay. That's good. That's good. How is everyone?
Also, me too.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay. I hope everyone is doing okay. How is everyone doing? You can just send me emojis. You don't necessarily have to unmute. Okay. Okay. Thanks for that. All right. Let's just get into this. I want us to make the most with our time. Yeah, so first things first, thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thank you so much. Congratulations to everyone who made it. The time you took making your applications and to join the entire program. Thank you so much. You've made it this far. Whether you came in as an S4 vacist or S6 or just someone curious about the tech industry, you're all welcome. I was seeing a few comments on WhatsApp about someone trying to push out an S4 vacist. No, you guys, this space is for everyone. Like, we're here to support each other, regardless of age, background, we're here for each other. So there won't be anything like, oh, you're younger, you shouldn't be here. No, as long as you're here because of your curiosity and your interest, this is the right place to be. All right. So this program is not just about learning to code. We'll be teaching you about building solutions and just finding ways to solve problems in society with tech. So there'll be moments where, okay, you feel like, oh, this is a nice moment. Then there'll be times where things don't make sense, but that's all part of software engineering. So I won't waste time. Let me just give you an overview of what we'll have today, the agenda. Let me just share my screen. Okay. Okay, so right on our agenda, we'll have an intro and welcoming remarks. We'll tell you who we are as Code. We'll talk about the Alpha Techie course. And if we have enough time, we'll just go through a few testimonial videos and then our Q&A session. I want us to have enough time for this. So let's just go through the initial items real quick, then we can get back. So without further ado, let me just start by introducing myself. So my name is Nambi Lucia. I think most of you have been seeing me on the group. And I'm the admissions and student success lead here at Code. So my job is just basically to create a supportive, engaging, and learning experience for you right from the start of the program till the end. Like in case you need any support with anything, I'm your go-to person. So another thing about me is that I'm also an alumni of Code. I did the front end and the back end course. So really, I know firsthand the challenges and triumphs of doing software engineering and even doing the course with Code. So I'll be here to support you right from your admission till when you graduate. So for anything, you know who to call. But I also don't work alone. I have a team of people I work with. Let me see on the call. On the call, we have a few TAs. I see Frank and Fred. You guys can maybe unmute and just say hi.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Okay. Vuni, I don't know if Vuni is there, is still there.
Hello.
Right.
Hello. Good evening, guys.
Good evening. All right. We also have Roland. I think people have also seen Roland on the group. He's our learning and development lead. So that's not all of us. There's more who you meet later on, but for now, on the call, it's just us. So now that I've introduced myself and our team for now, I would want to know you guys. I would want to know some of you guys. So let's do this. I want 2 gentlemen and 2 ladies. So you can just introduce yourself. Just a quick intro. In the interest of time, we don't want it long. Just tell us your name and what you're excited about the program. 2 ladies and 2 gentlemen. So if you're going to give us an intro, please raise your hand. Use the emojis. You can raise a hand below. If you don't know how to raise a hand, at the bottom, there's a part that has reactions. So when you click on it, there's raise hand, so you can raise your hand. Anyone? Guys, let's not be shy. Let's not be shy. Okay. I see Cybervision. I see Gillian. I see Precious and Shan. Okay. We have our... Oh, and then I also see... Guys, I need 4 people, so we need to turn it down to 4. Okay. There's Precious. Okay, for the ladies, we have Precious and Ruth. And for the gentlemen, we have Cybervision, Gillian, and Peter. Okay, I'll just take in Peter. Okay. All right. You can unmute when you're ready to speak. Let's start. Okay, let's start with the ladies. Let's start with you, Precious.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Precious.
I'm Precious Aliatugumia, and I'm excited to join the team, expecting to learn more new things about technology and to achieve my goal of becoming a software engineer.
Hey, that's nice. All right. All right, Precious. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next lady. That was Ruth. Ruth, you can unmute and speak. Ruth, are you there? Okay, in the meantime, we can have Peter. Guys, you have to unmute for us to hear you, so we're not hearing anything.
Yes, I have unmuted.
Yes, Peter, we can
My
hear you
name
now.
is Peter.
Peter.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Peter.
My name is Koyamba Peter.
Yes,
Yes,
Peter.
a senior 6 August. I also hope to learn and
Yes.
unlearn
Yes.
new things and maybe grab the old ideas about the computer science, maybe, and also build up myself for the future career, software engineering.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Peter, and thank you for sharing with us. All right. Who's next? We can have Ruth. Are you ready? Okay. Ruth seems unresponsive. Let's go with Cybervision. Unmute, please. Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, Good evening. We can now hear you.
My name is Elijah Nizeyman, and I work as a web designer, graphic designer, and a
Oh,
video
wow.
editor.
Okay. That's nice.
I'm so excited to be part of the team. My main intention for joining is because I would like to go for software engineering and software development.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting to gain much of my knowledge from Code Academy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah, and you're in the right place.
All right.
Yes, so let's go to Gillian.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Gillian.
My name is Mhairi Oyebale Girian, a former midwife, and I didn't get comfort in midwifery.
Oh,
So
wow.
I decided to join IT because of the influence from my husband. So all along, I've been wanting to go to Code for now since 2022. It has been my dream. So when I was given an opportunity, I
Yeah.
was so happy. I'm so excited. I want to be a software engineer. Though everyone in my family is looking at it as funny from medical to ICT, but I have a positive mind that I will make it.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much, Gillian, for that. And I just want to let everyone know that the Alpha Techie course is for everyone. It doesn't matter whatever background you're from. As long as you're here with a learning attitude, you're definitely going to get to where you want to be. So, Gillian, don't be put down by whatever anyone is telling you. You're definitely in the right place, and I wish you all the best. So let's have the next person. I see Idris.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just wanted to join this course so that I can take the software engineering path because I'm an enthusiast in computers and stuff. I like it. Yes, and I've studied a lot. I know literally the basics and all the applications you use. I just came here to count it so I can increase my knowledge in everything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Idris. Thank you so much, Idris, and everyone else. Unfortunately, I'm not taking in any more intros in the interest of time. I want us to make the most of our time. So our intros end here, okay? So let's go to our next part of the agenda. Let's talk about Code. I know many people. Sorry, let me just share my screen. Okay. So Code. I know many people have been wondering, oh, what's Code? What's Code? So Code is basically just an organization. We're focused on training young people like yourself in software engineering through our various programs. So Code, we're basically on a mission to discover, to develop, and deploy. So how do we discover? We discover potential individuals like yourself, just like that we put out the advert and then people applied. And then now we're hearing all these stories, or you had maybe had Code through someone, and maybe just had, or you had interest in tech and then you found out about Code. So this is how we discover potential. How do we develop? So we develop these individuals by equipping them with skills through our project-based training programs. Like we have the alpha course, we have also front end and back end. So when you're done maybe with the alpha and you want to go ahead, you can still go ahead with the other programs. And then we deploy. How do we deploy? So we have partners we work with, like Innovation Village. So whenever we have like any exciting job opportunities or maybe any freelance projects, you guys are the first people we look at. We don't look at anyone outside. You people are the first ones we look at because you're the ones we've just churned out of our program, and we trust that you'll be able to do that. So that's basically about, in brief, about Code. mode of learning, because I was also getting a few questions about how we carry out our classes. So our classes are hybrid. That means we have both online and physical classes. So we do more of the physical. We have 3 classes a week. 2 classes within the week are on Zoom, and then the physical on Saturday. So, okay, to make the most of this learning experience, I would urge everyone to have a fully functioning laptop and a stable internet, really, because if 2 of our classes are going to be online, you really need to have stable internet so that you're not frustrated. Because once you get frustrated, you might actually not want to continue with the program because like the internet and stuff like that. So I would advise you get a stable internet connection, or if there's somewhere that you know that has some internet that you can just tap, please do. Yes, so our physical classes are usually at the Innovation Village, and yeah, so the classes within the week are usually from 11 to 12:30, and the ones on the weekend on a Saturday are from 2 to 5. But I also had some people asking me that they're far and they can't make it for the physical sessions. That's okay. So if you know you're far and you can't make it for the Saturday physical sessions, we always provide a Zoom link and we record the session. So in case you're not able to make the day, you don't have to worry about that. All right, so I just want us to go through just briefly about this alpha course, because I think some people might not really have the in-depth of what they're going to cover. But in brief, the course we're covering. Okay, before I go forward, can you hear me? I don't want to go back and forth, so if someone can just unmute and let me know if I'm audible.
Yes,
All
we are
right,
getting you.
We're getting you, but
Okay.
first repeat and silence.
Oh, the attendance time is someone asking about? Yes. So the attendance time for the weekly classes is 11 to 12:30 p.m. And then and then for the weekends on Saturday it's 2 to 5. So maybe one thing I hadn't mentioned was that when we have sessions on the weekly sessions on Zoom, we have the morning session and the evening session. So if you're not able to make it for the morning session, which is 11 to 12:30, you can attend the evening session, which is 8 p.m. to 9:30. Yeah, so I hope I needed to clarify on that in case anyone has a question to do with that. All right. Let me just talk briefly about the Alpha course. So like I said, this course is a foundational course. It's for anyone that has little to no knowledge in programming. This is a course for you because you cover things like you'll have 4 modules, and within those modules you'll cover things to do with how the internet works, how browsers work. Because to be a software engineer or web developer, you have to know how the internet works, because what are you building if you do not know how it works? So you have to know these things at the core. So we'll go through also web development. In our second module, we'll look at how we can structure a website using HTML. We'll also look at CSS. CSS is used for styling, but you'll also learn about frameworks like Tailwind, which can help you style a web page faster. Then we'll also cover some content management systems like WordPress. Yeah, but also in the beginning of this of this meeting, I said that this course is not just about coding. We're not just teaching you to learn how to code, because in the real world, it's more than just coding. So you'll also have some soft skills training on career development, and then also maybe things to like how to collaborate, communication skills, because these things are important. In the real world, you have like stand-ups where you have to speak. And if you do not know how to communicate, maybe an issue you're having to either your immediate boss or supervisor, then there's no way you'll be able to do the job. But all that is going to be catered for. We'll teach you all that, and you will definitely be ready by the time you're done with the program. All right. So that was just in brief about the course curriculum, which will also be shared with everyone later on. So our next thing on our agenda was just your learner's path, because I also got questions from a few people who are asking, okay, so what next after the alpha? What do we do? Where do we go? So let me just take you through briefly about our learner's path. So I hope you guys can see this, my cursor moving. Can we see this? Someone just unmute, please, and just let me know.
Yeah, we can see.
Yes, okay. Yes. So here we are as each and every individual who is here. You may not necessarily be an S6 or an S4 Bacchist, but the course is open to everyone who is willing to learn software engineering. So once you join, this is you in the Alpha Techie course. So when you do the program and you're done with the Alpha Techie course, for those of us who are asking where do we go, you can move to the front-end JavaScript software development. But to go to the front end, you would have to go through a pre-entry test. So when you pass the test, that's when you can go to the front-end program. But if you do not pass, then you'll have to go back to the alpha course, because there's no way you'd be able. The front end would need you to have knowledge of the foundation program, which is the alpha. So when you're done with the front, then you can choose to either go for back end or just stay doing front end. Yes. So there's also other people that had were asking, okay, if I have already some programming knowledge and I know the basics, I basically know what you're covering in the alpha course, so I can't come back and redo the same course. Well, like, yes, it's okay. So this is them. The ones where this cursor is, this is them. The ones that already have knowledge. So then they would also have to do a pre-entry test to us, because you need to know that, okay, you've told us that you know something, but first do this test so that you can prove that you know. So if you go through, if you pass the test, you'd be able to do the front end. But if you don't pass the test, we'd have to send you back to the alpha course. So that's basically the path. But
Hello. I beg your pardon?
sorry.
This one, the one you're demonstrating, it is not clearly seen. This one, the one on the screen. That thing, the one you're talking about, it's not clear. Yeah, it is not clearly seen.
Okay.
I don't know if you can zoom it. Yeah.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, it is very clear now.
Yes.
So we can go ahead.
Okay. So are we together on this bit? Are we together? I can go ahead.
Yes, we are together.
Yes. Okay. So if we get some time, I wanted to just share with you a few testimonials of the people we've had here, but I think that will be towards the end, because I want us to have enough time for our Q&A. In the interest of time for now, I think let's go into our Q&A. Let's go into our Q&A, and any other thing will be covered at the end of our question session. So if you have any question, please raise your hand like we did in the intro part, then we can have them answered. Okay, Elijah, I see Elijah. Okay, let me start with Elijah. You can unmute and then give us your question.
My question was I would like to know what could be the cost for the front end and the back end at once if you're going to learn it at once.
Okay, so Elijah, we don't have front end and back end covered at the same time. We split it into the front end and then the back end because before it was done at once and it was overwhelming people. So right now it's front end alone. So when you're done with the front end, then you go to the back end. Have I answered you?
Yes, good. And my next question is one, because there is one of the sessions that I've been attending. Actually, most of them have been leaving them because I find that when you are attending like the practical classes, you find that the instructor is very speedy. Even sometimes when you are raising the question, you are not being answered. So that's why some of the sessions they become very hard.
Elijah, I didn't get your question.
I'm asking.
Yes.
Coding is not easy. Most especially when it is for the first time, it becomes very hard. So now you find that some of the instructors, when they are teaching, just for them they stand in front, they speak, they say that you do this, but you find there is someone who is dying there at the back. So now when you raise the question, you find that they are saying that you are delaying them. So I would like to know how is it done there, that side, because I would like to come there.
Oh, okay. So now, maybe one thing I also forgotten to mention. This is how we're going to study. We'll have pre-recorded material that we'll share with you. Pre-recorded material shared by and done by us, the teaching assistants here. Guys, if there's anyone whose mic is on, please mute it. Yes. Okay. So I was saying, this is how we're going to learn. We have pre-recorded material, pre-recorded videos that we'll share with you before each lesson. So you'll have to go through it. And if there's any assignment given at the end, you'll do it. Then in the class session, we'll be covering the topic that you watched in the pre-recorded material. And if there's anyone that has experienced any challenges, that's the best time to address the the challenges first. And then, so our learning is mostly online. And in case maybe there's something that you haven't understood, Elijah, that we have TAs, we have teaching assistants. So if there's anything you haven't understood, maybe in the class, and maybe you were not able to ask in that session, you can always reach out to the TAs. Plus, also the sessions will be recorded. So if you feel like you need to go through the session again, you can always go through it. Is that okay, Elijah?
Yes, I can hear you now. And my next question is nowadays, you find that you are studying, right? Then you have gained the skills, but now it's always good, like from where you have studied from, at least they have where they can connect you to the employees. Because now if you study and you sit still to the same challenges that you'll be facing. So I don't know if it is possible there, like after studying and you can be connected to any person who needs workers. I don't know if it's possible there.
Yes, I had mentioned actually, I think you missed this, but I talked about deploying talent. So we have partners we work with, and whenever they have any upcoming projects or any freelance projects, you, our students, are the first people we look at. So it's not like we go out and then after we look for other people. No, you are the first people we look out for. And you'll see this when actually you're doing your program, you will see this. Yes. Is that okay?
My next question is after studying from there, the certificates that are given, are they from these DIT certificates? What are they? Because now sometimes you find that you would like to continue with the same course, like you want to go to the university and proceed. So when you reach there, they have to ask the documents.
Now, let me clarify on the bid for certificates. I think, as you all know, that the Alpha course is free. The Alpha course is completely free. However, if you want a certificate at the end, you will have to pay for it. It will be 95,000, which will cover both the certificate and also the graduation. So so that 95,000 is to just basically cater for that whole graduation process and also getting the certificate itself. But the course itself is free.
Okay, for that I can hear you. Only that my consideration is not for the Alpha course. For the Alpha course is easy. Only that I'm considering the courses that are going to follow.
The courses that
like,
are
like this back end and the front end. Like after studying them, and you'd like to pursue the same course like software engineering at any university. Are the documents supposed to be presented so that they can admit you all?
I think it would depend on the institution you're going to. If they need the certificates to show that you've actually done courses in software engineering, then I think you can take them. You can show it to them. I can't speak for the institutions because I don't know the requirements that different institutions have. But if there's an institution that maybe requires you to show your certificates, then why not? Because you have them.
All right, I get you now. That's good.
Okay. So we're done, Elijah? Or you still have another question?
Yes. Let's first listen from others because I don't want to take time for all.
Okay. I think let's hear from Ruth. Ruth, you can unmute and please ask.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ruth.
Yeah, so what I'm talking about is literally this is a very esteemed academy which offers tech skills to people. And definitely what I have at the back of my mind is you offer certifications at the end of everything. So are these certificates recognized in the industry? Like, for example, when someone is looking for a job placement?
Yes, they are. Cohort, first of all, is a well-established organization. It's not like it's how can I put it? Shady organization or anything. We have a full online presence, so we are fully recognized. And whenever you carry this certificate, it's fully recognized. So you don't need to worry about anything like that.
Okay, because maybe I can say you can have some other companies you're collaborating with, like Innovation Village and other tech-related companies. Then another question I can ask is, literally, in the job of the course, like you can, I don't know whether you provide access to additional resources, like study materials or any software tools we can use. And I don't know whether this can be a lifetime access since I have really signed up to join this academy. I don't know whether I can use these tools, even when I'm done with the course, both like full stack model, both front end and, back end.
Ruth, I want to understand you. What do you mean? Okay, this is the thing. In terms of like learning material?
Yeah, learning material or any software tools. Like maybe you're giving me some software you're sharing to all of us, like us, the cohort 5 members. You're giving it to us and maybe we can use it. I don't know whether you give access to that or we access it by ourselves from our own sources.
No. The thing is that when you're learning, the teaching assistants will share with you the study materials. If there's any extra study material, it will be them to share it with you. If there's maybe anything else you need, or you maybe something that wasn't shared, you can still go out, you yourself, and then like there's so many resources for tech. There's YouTube, there's so many resources. but they'll still share with you resources during every lesson.
Okay.
So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, that makes sense. And my last question is,
yes,
of course, at the end of the course, I don't know. I want to ask whether you can offer interview preparation in case someone is to be admitted to any job. You talked of something like content management and providing communication skills or solutions to someone. It's not all about programming.
Yes.
So literally, I just need you to clarify on the way you offer these services, like interview preparations, resume reviews or application reviews, or any LinkedIn, platforms which are work related like LinkedIn. I don't know whether you can optimize it to be part of your career support to the students signed up to this.
Yes. When I was talking about the Alpha course curriculum, I mentioned we have 4 modules. And in one of those modules was soft skills training. So everything you've talked about is in the soft skills training. How to leverage LinkedIn and all that, generally. All that is in the soft skills module. So everything you mentioned is sorted.
Okay, thank you so much. Much appreciated.
All right. Who's next? Let's have who came first? Jonathan or Idris? Okay, let me go with Jonathan. So from Jonathan, we'll have Idris and then Georgine.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Jonathan.
My question is, what if I don't attend the morning lesson? Yeah? Will you be able to record it for me, or?
Yes, like I also mentioned earlier, every session will be recorded. So if you missed the morning session, a recorded session will be sent and you'll be able to access it.
Right, I've got another question is, what if one cannot access a material like a laptop? How can he or she do?
Okay, like I said, to really get the best out of the entire program, would really recommend you getting a laptop. Okay, if you can't really afford one, you can also borrow. That's okay. You can borrow from a friend for just because the program is 6 weeks. So if there's anyone maybe who can just lend you at least the laptop for just 6 weeks, because you'd really need somewhere that you're going to write your code, work on projects, work on assignments. So there's really need for a laptop.
And are you going to give us assignments at the end of the course?
Not at the end of the course, per session that you have, per class session that you have. There will be some small assignments given here and there.
All right, those are my questions.
All right, yeah. So the assignments are essential because software engineering is not theoretical. You have to learn by doing. So that's why the assignments are important. So you have assignments here and there. Okay. Who did we say was next? We said Idris was next, then Georgine, then I think Mohammed and John. Okay, so let's have Idris.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Idris.
Yes, my question was, as a student who wants to pursue my front-end development dream.
Yes, please.
Are you going to include JavaScript?
Now, for JavaScript is in the front end program. So this
is a front end. Do you require JavaScript too?
So Idris, what I got from your question is that you're asking, do you need JavaScript to do the front end?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
No, you don't need JavaScript to do the front end. You need this knowledge from alpha course, the foundational knowledge, to be able to go to front end, where you learn more on JavaScript.
Okay.
Yes.
Like the HTML and CSS?
Yes, please.
So will you be teaching us on VS Code or you use other applications?
VS Code.
Okay, thank you. What about the days you attend? Apart from the Saturday session, what are the
Sorry?
days what are the days that you'll be attending apart from the Saturday session?
So the classes will be on, sorry, I didn't clarify on this, but it's okay. Let me address it now. So we'll have classes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So those are our 3 class days. Of which on Tuesday and Thursday we'll have the morning and evening session, Then on Saturday, then we have that afternoon session of 2 to 5. Have I answered you, Idris?
Yes, and where did you say the classes are going to be, the physical classes?
So our physical classes are usually at Innovation Village, unless otherwise, but that's our usual location. Innovation Village in Tinda.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, who was next? Georgine. Yes, Georgine, you can unmute and... Georgine? Okay.
Thank you so much for here. And very good evening to all of you. It's a pleasure being here and happy being in this Techie Alpha Techie course. A number of my questions have been answered before, but I am going to already think a bit of 2. First one is once we're done with the 6 weeks course duration, I'm believing that there shall be after graduation here, like a creative practice that we end up joining after.
Sorry, Georgine, I didn't hear your initial statements. Can you please just re-echo?
Oh, sorry. Then after we're through with the whole training, the whole course after 6 weeks,
yes,
we kind of join a community of practice, like a COP, where then it's an alumni of cohorts that have gone through the course, but then help each other or continue learning in different ways. Not necessarily for maybe jobs or something like that, but just a community where you encourage it, I guess.
Keep together.
Together, but then
yes, Georgine. We have what do they call them? Alumni groups. So after the course, it's not like people just we let you like just disappear into thin air. So we stay with these alumni groups, where in case we also have, that's where we actually post any opportunities that we get, and then our community, like our alumni community, can be able to get to work on those opportunities. But yes, to answer your question, we do keep groups, alumni groups, so that you can still reach out to even your old classmates, and and also for opportunities. Have I answered you, Georgine?
Very hard. And my second question is on the mode of delivery. You heard hinted a little bit mode of delivery.
Yes.
And you had hinted a little bit about it, but then is it one student per every instructor?
Is it one student? I didn't hear the other. Georgine, you're breaking. I can't really get you.
I was asking, is it one student per every instructor?
No. It's not one student per instructor. So you have it will be one instructor per class session. And in case you maybe have any challenges, maybe after class session, you can always reach out to the teaching assistants. It might not necessarily be even that one that just taught you, but there's more teaching assistants that will be handling everyone. But it's not one student, one teaching assistant.
Okay.
Yes,
And then
yes.
finally, you alluded to 4 modules stretching across the 6 weeks. Does it
Yeah.
mean every, okay, 1 module per about a week?
Yeah, around there. Yeah, something like that. But we'll still let you know, because sometimes it could be stretched a little. Okay, not even not say stretched a little, because depending on whatever happens in between. But usually, yes, that's our schedule. 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. That's all I had.
All right. Thank you, Georgine. Okay. Mohammed. Let's have Mohammed, then Arnold, then Elizabeth. Okay, I think Mohammed's off. Okay, we can have Arnold or Elizabeth.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, good evening, Arnold.
Thank you for this opportunity. So my question is just simple. I just want to get a clarification of the evening time, that evening time for study.
Yes.
On Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh, you wanted to get to know the time?
Yeah, the time.
Yeah, so for evening, it's 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
8 p.m.
Yes, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we can have Elizabeth. You can go next.
Good evening.
Good evening, Elizabeth.
My question is in regard to, apart from assignments, are we going to have any final project or any project that we can apply the skills and knowledge that we're learning throughout the program?
Yes, Elizabeth. Maybe that's also another thing that I hadn't mentioned. We'll have you'll have a project at the end of the program where you'll have to develop a website for either a friend or a family's business. So in that way, you'll be able to showcase everything that you've learned.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, let's have who else? I see Mark and Precious. So Mark, you can go, then I can have Precious.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good
my
evening.
question is about I've checked out that you said after this Alpha Techie course,
Yes.
someone can proceed to do the front end,
Yes.
JavaScript, and then the back end,
Yes.
which are paid for courses. I was inquiring how long do these take, like the time frames of when someone can get done with maybe a back end or a front end.
Okay, so our front end and back end are 3 months.
Each?
Yes. Front end 3 months, and then your back end is 3 months.
So with that, do you have to wait for a cohort, or when there's an opening, or it's always open to enroll for that?
No, you can wait for the next cohort. Like, let's say you're done with the alpha course. Then you can, then when we announce the next front end cohort, you'll be able to apply, do the pre-entry, then you join.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was then the other question is, if I can't attend the Saturday live session, because I'll probably be working by that time. You said it's recorded, right?
Yes, we'll have Zoom links for the people that can join online on that day, can join in. But so we'll use the links to record that session. Then we'll be able to share it with whoever wasn't able to make it.
Okay, please. All right, thank you.
Welcome. Okay, then we have Precious.
Good evening.
Good evening. George, we can't hear you. I think you need to unmute.
Yes, good
Unmute.
evening.
Yes, good evening.
My concern was one, it was about what will make me eligible to get the certificates.
Yes, so the certificate is
Yes.
we'll have to pay 95,000 for the certificate.
Yes,
so,
I understand. I saw that.
Okay.
So that's it.
Yes, you'll have to pay 95,000 for the certificate, and then you'll be able to also attend the graduation at the end.
When is the graduation?
After the 6 weeks program.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
That was
So
my
we'll also be informing you as the program goes on for the different important timelines in between. So you'll always be in the know.
Yes, I understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Ruth, do we have another question? And Mark, I still see your hands raised.
Yeah, I still have one more question.
Yes, please.
So about this course, like, does this after you signing up for the full stack program, that is the back end and front end, okay? So these courses afterwards, do they navigate through, or do they include training on cutting technologies? Like I'm talking about the AIs, the blockchains, the cybersecurities, machine language, and all that. Does it cut across?
Now, our front end and back end are specifically in JavaScript. So it's front end development with JavaScript and back end development with JavaScript. To do with things like data science and data analysis, that is in our pipeline. So when those courses are ready, hopefully this year, we'll let you know, or anyone else who wants to join data analysis or anything to do with that. But for now, our front end and back end are with JavaScript.
Okay, it's cool.
Yes. Okay, so George, do you still have another question? I see your hand raised. Okay, there's another hand raised by someone, I think, by a gentleman in it has Samsung, so I don't know. Okay, so let's go to Peter. I also see your hand raised. You can unmute and then speak.
Yes, we have talked about paying that 95,000. How do you have to pay that money?
We have payment channels which will be shared when that time comes. We'll share payment channels. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. I see a question in the chat. What if I want to pay for the certificate transcript? Who can I face? And what is the mode of payment? The certificate can only be got at the end of the program when you've done the program, because there's no way you would get a certificate before you've completed the program. That means you haven't grasped what you were supposed to grasp. So the certificate comes at the end of the program. And then the mode of payment, I think I've just answered it. Our payment channels will be shared. Yes, so any more questions, or is there anyone else, or we can go ahead? Okay, all right. I think the questions are done. Let me just look through the chat and see if there's any more questions. Oh yeah, so we have some clarification here. There's Python and the data analytics courses will start in March 2025. So Ruth, we have the dates here, March 2025. Please look out for the Python and data analytics. All right, so I think I can now show you just the testimonials from some of the people that have gone through this course. So this is just to like encourage you guys that you can make it, that even if you reach in the middle of this program and you feel like you can't make it, let me just show you these testimonials to just encourage you. All right, let me just display my screen. Okay, let's watch a testimonial from David, then we can. Okay, before I go ahead, can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Is it clear and not tiny like before?
Yeah, we are seeing.
Okay, let me just play a testimonial from David, one of our previous cohort members.
Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong, but some of
We
us
cannot hear or see
we can't hear or see.
anything.
Excuse me, is anyone hearing?
Yeah, we are hearing.
Sorry, you're not hearing?
They're not hearing, not seeing anything. The video is not
There's
playing.
nothing.
There's
Oh
nothing.
my. All right. Okay. Let me just do this. Can you see it now?
Yes, like a
No.
photo.
Okay. Let me try. Sorry about that. Let me just try and do this.
You can see my screen now?
Yeah,
Yes, we can see it.
So is this much better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just take it back to the start.
No, sound is the issue.
Excuse me, but we are seeing you, but you're not hearing.
No sound.
Can you guys hear the sound?
No.
No, there's not.
You're not hearing.
Okay. You know what?
No sound.
Let's just do this.
Maybe share the sound too.
No, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to share a link of these testimonials in the group so that everyone can just have a look at them. Because I'm saying
All right.
this is not really working out, and we have run out of time. All right.
Oh.
So as I close, let me just share just one more thing, then we can close the entire session. Yeah, so I just wanted us to take note of this. Time for our online classes, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Physical classes, like we had said, Innovation Village in Tinda, 2 p.m. To 5. Then we're mostly going to be communicating using email and WhatsApp. I need you guys to keep checking your emails because these people that just abandon their emails, please check your emails. Your emails need to be active. So emails and WhatsApp are our main communication channels. Then we'll also have weekly assignments and evaluation. Yeah, and then sorry, let me just move this. Okay. So our next call will be on 16th January. That's when we'll officially start. So we'll just have an orientation call on that day, which is next week on Thursday. And then finally, the capstone project. Someone had earlier asked if we do a project at the end of the program. And yes, that's the project that we'll be working on. So basically, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for taking your time to attend the session. I hope you got all your questions answered. If there's anything else you feel maybe we haven't answered, you can always reach out to me. I'm in the group. You can always reach out. I'll answer any question that you have. So I think let's end the session here and wish you guys a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.